Hello, leaders. Welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that provides tips and techniques to help you navigate the leadership challenges you face every day. I'm your host, Paul Grau Jr. from the CLC Team, and we work primarily with military leaders to help them be the absolute best leader they can be. Our primary goal here is to help you lead from your very best self. Because let's face it, everyone deserves a great leader. So let's jump right into today's topic.
Hey, today I want to talk about how to admit you are wrong or how to admit that you made a mistake. Now, let me tell you, this challenge hits very close to home for me because I need to admit that I was wrong in yesterday's show. I talked about the challenge of criticism, and I explained how I received a 1-star review on Alexa, which is the lowest review you can give. And the reviewer said some things that were not entirely true. The thing that I was wrong about was that I said that I had not replied to the review. Well, it turns out that I actually did reply by explaining my side, and at the end of my reply, I told the reviewer I appreciated the comments and I was sorry it obviously offended them, and that I still stand behind my personal boundaries that I set up. The thing that I was wrong about was the fact that I said yesterday that I had not replied, and that's because when I originally replied to the comment, it didn't upload properly, so I assumed it wouldn't let me reply. So I just let it go and decided that I would not respond. However, apparently when you reply to a comment on a service or a product in Amazon, it's delayed a bit. And obviously my reply to the comment did in fact post. So, lessons learned. First of all, double check before you make public statements so you don't find yourself having to explain why you did something wrong at a later time. Secondly, don't assume things. Make sure you follow up and double check. And before I recorded yesterday's podcast, I should have went on there to see indeed that I had not replied. And then I guess the most important thing to learn is when you make a mistake, own up to it and admit it right away. So with all that said, that last lesson learned is the best way that I've ever known how a leader admits that they're wrong. They just own up to it. Accept the consequences, explain their actions, say you're sorry if you need to, or whatever, and then just move on. You can't rewind and go back and undo what you did in the past. However, you can own up to whatever you did wrong and tell the truth, explain what happened. Yesterday, flat out, I was wrong. I said I hadn't replied, and in fact, I did. I made a mistake. I said I didn't reply to a comment when I actually had. As soon as I realized that, last night, I was like, oh man, I got to go back in there and correct that. So today's challenge is for you to think about if there are any situations where you may have been wrong or are wrong and you haven't owned up to it, or you haven't taken responsibility for it, or you haven't admitted to your team or to others that you were wrong. Or maybe it's something that you need to clarify. If there is, just get it done. Don't dwell on it. Just get it done, own the responsibility, admit that you were wrong, and then move on. You and your entire team will be better for it.
Hey, as always, thank you for listening. So we have some big things going on here with our online membership group for leaders. It's actually growing, and we're adding a new group specifically for military leaders. Now, we're still working out all the details and bonuses that will be included. But for now, please help us spread the word. This group will be a place where military leaders can learn new skills, refine older skills, and have deep discussions with like-minded leaders who actually get exactly where other military leaders are coming from. We're going to tap into everyone's expertise, and the group members will help bring out the very best in each other. So keep tuned in, and please be sure to let any military leader that you know about this group, and that will be up and running very, very soon. This is going to be different than any other leadership development group out there. So be ready and get excited. Hey, that's it for today. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.